Hello and welcome to Going on a Tangent. As you can see,
We're in a different location. This is like the fourth take.
It's going to be permanent, could not be permanent, so sorry if this first part sounds a
It's
little rehearsed.
based on mostly the audio.
Yeah, so we're in a bigger room and we're farther away from
It
the
definitely
camera.
feels better, and it definitely has better quality. It's not like we're worried about it getting cut off, but it's the audio quality that can be bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I have a question for you guys.
Wait, we gotta talk about the new format.
Oh yeah, we're trying a new format. Instead of
Instead of getting them off the internet, each of us are gonna come up with a question, and we're gonna spend about 10 minutes on each one. Ideally.
So my question for you guys is it's a two-part question.
10 minutes.
One is if you killed somebody, how would you hide the body?
Well, I think, I think ideally it would be a way where you can recognize the remains, like maybe human jerky or something.
Human jerky? Would you eat it?
I might actually just go cannibal on it, because, like, you're not gonna find human DNA in poop. If anything, you're gonna think it's my DNA, it's just kind of rubbed off.
But actually, it's well. You'd be able to No. Yeah, you'd be able to identify it possibly.
Well, no, dude. Who would look through your waist to find a body?
You never know.
But
who would it be? Who would
Brad,
it be?
what about you?
Okay.
What about
What would I do? I'd take everything. I would take everything I used to murder the person: the gun, my clothing, my gloves, the body, everything, and I would
Put it in one of the space bags.
I would put it in the space bag, and no, I would want there to be tiny holes in it, so things. Then I dump it into one of the other
breeze. Keep it in my bed.
Yeah, hang it up on the wall.
So, I saw
dump it
this
in the
post
ocean.
on Tumblr. I always reference Tumblr posts, I don't know why. But, they said if I had to murder someone, if I was a serial murderer, I would always do it on a scooter. So they would always look for a one-legged man with powerful jumping muscles.
On a scooter?
On a scooter. Like, not an electronic scooter, like a kick scooter.
Oh yeah.
So they would only see, a step every 5 feet. And they would be looking for a one-legged man with powerful jumping muscles.
I would. So I would cut it up into more manageable pieces, and then probably about November when it starts to get cold and snowy out here in Minnesota.
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 It's really
It
cold.
snows here.
It snows in Minnesota.
I would find somebody who has an in-ground pool. You know how they empty out the water.
They empty out
But,
they drain it.
so it doesn't expand and wreck the pool. I would cut the body up into more manageable pieces, and bit by bit just put the body in there. And it's gonna be covered with snow, so the smell probably won't smell too bad. And then somebody will be like, oh, I'm gonna go take the first swim in the spring, and the spring probably. And
they'll probably
they're gonna open up the
know.
body's gonna be all disgusting and decayed. They won't be able to identify it because they'll be fucking pieces.
They might even
And-
think that it's like a couple of squirrels that died.
Well, no, if you take a human body,
You said you were gonna cut up them.
yeah, I would put them in the same pool. Though.
Cut them into squirrel-shaped pieces.
But the most then they'd find it and they wouldn't be able to link it to me or anything. But then when the most cliche thing is people go to try to burn the body,
Yeah, but then
and
there's,
then
a huge
they're
bonfire
a dumbass and they
along.
go do it out in the middle of the field and somebody's like, hey, there's a fire out there, and they go out to investigate. They have two bodies on their hands, or they go dig a 4-foot grave. The average grave is 6 feet deep, so you want to
speaking
dig
of
at least
burning
6
people,
feet.
spoilers, I don't care. Carol burned 2 people to get rid of the disease that they had in The Walking Dead.
Spoilers.
I don't care.
Yeah, we probably should have mentioned that in a previous episode. You probably don't want to talk to us.
So
Yeah.
if you're for spoilers for shows like Breaking Bad and stuff, then
Well, that was your
Seriously, I
major
could care less about spoilers. I
if you
couldn't
don't like
care
spoilers,
less.
don't watch this.
Yeah,
But,
but
Then the second one is I'm pretty sure everybody here has a crush or a girlfriend or something. Right?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they showed up at your door and they're like,
Yeah.
I hit a body, or I killed somebody, I need help finding the body, what would you do?
Well,
I would call the police.
Okay.
I'd be like, well, I just know. I'd be like,
I'd be like, will you date me if I say I will?
yeah. But also, going back to like the hiding the body thing, well, also this kind of relates to both questions. If they were to ask me, or if I would have killed someone, I would like say no, and then move out of the country, disappear, off of everything, just disappear.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
For
like
like
for
3
Breaking
years.
Bad, spoiler.
Wait, one second.
Yeah.
If my crush showed up to the door and she's like, hey, I killed somebody, I'd be like, you're going, bitch. And I close the door.
Depends who they killed.
Yeah, I wouldn't
If
tell,
it were someone I
I wouldn't,
hated,
I
I'd
wouldn't
be
call
like-
the police, but if the police like come question me, I'd be like, yeah, she killed so-and-so.
Yeah, I wouldn't go off squealing, but like, yeah, you know, yeah.
There's one crazy bitch just showed up at my door. She killed someone. That's an example of what.
I heard your cat moaning. Oh, Breaking Bad. Wait, spoilers for Breaking Bad. What?
Yeah, well, Walt was set up with a new life at the end. Yeah, Walter White. That was kind of like a pointless. There was like a person that did things, and they kind of forged. They gave them a new life, basically, and then they moved somewhere that was nice or something. Yeah,
If you're going to just sit out and cookie clicker, why are you even here?
I'm talking though.
So, Brett, do you have a question?
No.
Sam, do you have a question?
I could come up with one given enough time. They did this one on the Runaway Thoughts podcast by Marilyn Johnson, sponsor.
Sponsor
Sponsor us.
If you're
Except for
listening,
they're the ones they're actually losing money on their podcast, so yeah, don't. Would
we're
you,
sorry, but we need money.
Would you poop out all future poops? Would you like sit in the bathroom for 2 days and just poop out all of the poops you will ever have?
Dude,
So you would never have to poop.
Wait, would
again.
I have an outlet next to me?
Yeah, you would.
My iPhone.
You'd have whatever you needed
my
to
asshole.
entertain yourself, but you couldn't move.
Could I
My
have a padded
asshole.
seat cover?
Huh?
Could I have a seat cover that's padded?
Yeah, you could put like tons of socks over.
Your asshole.
Okay, I would do that. I have a question for you guys.
Guys, wait, before we change, your asshole would hurt so bad.
I'm just worried about my ass cheeks.
I would like cut a hole in a porta potty and poop in that because pooping out all future poops would definitely fill up a toilet.
That's when you flush it.
I am not gonna flush a toilet when I'm on it. There's like poop residue that flies up when
Exactly,
you do
you're
that.
like the water.
And there's
then
no poop residue on your asshole when you take a shit. None at all.
I
Squeaky clean!
I wipe vigorously.
Is that why it hurts to sit?
You're the one who are complaining about your legs.
So Devil Dog Gamer, he's a YouTuber. You guys should subscribe to him. Devil Dog. If you subscribe to him, pass on the message. that
And
you
give us
should-
money.
you should
Always
sponsor
give us money.
Yes,
Sponsor
money is
us. He
Money
does
is
a
key
series
for
called
advertising.
Marine Corps Mondays, and he used to be in the Marines, so it's basically a bunch of his stories. And one time, he,
Oh, I have a better question.
let me finish my thought. Never mind, it's kind of inappropriate, so never mind. You, go Sam.
Dude,
Go
whoever
Sam.
said this was going to be appropriate
so-
for the podcast.
So if you knew that you would be the best fighter that the world has ever known, and it could easily win any battle single-handedly, would you join the military?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm joining the military anyway, so.
Yes.
Like I said, talked about in the future fuck, I'm not a time traveler, what are you talking about?
But see, the
past
thing-
video.
I don't know if I would, because remember, if you won every battle nearly instantaneously, single-handedly,
You wouldn't need a military.
No, I mean, but you would have to be in the military to be allowed, otherwise you'd just be a civilian that murdered everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But, would you... I don't know if I want to wreak that kind of havoc on someone, because then there would be no problems with our country going to war. You could just send yourself in and destroy everything.
Yeah.
You would be like the new version of an atom bomb. And I don't think I would be okay with that.
It would be like Superman almost, except with guns and like, what do you mean mortal?
It would be kind of like Achilles. Do you know who Achilles was?
Yes,
Yes.
his mom did them in like stuff that's
River
like, hey.
Styx. The River Styx.
Yeah. And his Achilles was his weak point.
Yep, the mythology kind of goes, if you bathe in the River Styx, you become invincible, except for one focal point of your body that if it is attacked, you are killed instantly. So Achilles was unluckily hit by an arrow in the back of his heel, which was his weak spot, and it was aptly named the Achilles tendon because in the Percy Jackson series, spoilers, I don't care. Percy did the thing, and it was he chose the small of his back, like right above his tailbone. Yeah. So also Luke Castellan did that too. His weak point was on his arm, and he was inhabited by Kronos. I'm gonna stop now. I need this. Read it for yourselves. It's a good book.
Speaking of a good book, Ender's Game.
Ender's Game. We can talk about Ender's Game.
Yes,
That is if you guys don't want spoilers, stop now. Skip about probably 10 minutes. This is the best book ever. The movie's coming out.
It is
The movie's
out. I
out,
saw
yes.
it twice. I saw it twice. It was great.
You in the theaters?
Dude,
I know where we're going tomorrow.
Don't spoil a thing.
If you
Okay,
spoil
it's
things,
exactly the same as the book, except it actually leaves out stuff from the book.
Just like, oh yeah, I forgot I read the book.
the book, I finished that book in about 2 days. 300
so
pages,
did
2 days.
I actually did it over the summer. I was like reading
I
in the
see-
summer.
But the thing is,
I
it's
read-
about this kid who's basically
He's supposed to be 6 at the beginning.
he is 5, 6.
In the movie, he's changed to like 13.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that's kind
Because
of.
they can't.
Because they couldn't have a 6-year-old doing the 3D gravity, the no gravity simulation. Like
Yeah.
that would break them.
Well, basically, it's about this kid who's basically kind of bred. First,
Yeah,
it starts with aliens invaded Earth, and they're like, "Hey, no, we're gonna kill you."
The buggers, Formix.
Buggers kill. They did it twice. The humanity's on.
Wait.
They
You
are
think
now
about it-
breeding. They're breeding kids.
Well, so
basically
each family can only have 2 children, but if they're deemed if they have potential, they have a 3rd child, and the 3rd child has a ton of pressure to get through this extremely rigorous selection process to be sent into something called battle school, which is where they learn to fight and defend themselves against the buggers in the 3rd invasion. But the actual plan is for the people themselves to commit the 3rd invasion and destroy the buggers.
Yeah, if you think about
this kid, basically, he's like gifted. So
He's like me.
he's 6. He's in a school that's for 13-year-olds.
And
Then when
it's-
he's 13, he's in command school, which is for like 18 and
He was
plus.
11 in command school.
11 in command
And
school, so he was really, really below. And
He was like
he was really
think of
gifted.
it like skipping 20 grades.
Yes.
I like how I'm just sitting here listening.
Like you go from your first year in kindergarten, well not kindergarten, you skip all the way through to 6th grade or so, and then you skip into 10th grade, and then you skip into getting your PhD.
Yeah.
That's
So-
basically what he did.
It's like, and then at the end of the book,
There's a
they were
major plot twist.
they were testing him. So, they
Testing.
thought, so spoilers, they were like testing him, like, hey, so this is like the final exam before you.
When he was in command school, well, we should talk about the battle room a little bit first.
The battle room is really
Yeah,
freaking cool.
That, if
Oh
I
my
could
God.
do one thing from a book, it would be that.
Yes.
So what it was,
It
was
would be battle school. The whole battle school.
yeah, I would be glad to go to battle school.
I would be like, I'd be like,
See, the thing is,
boom,
we're
you're
all really
dead.
good at strategy. Like, if we ever go paintballing, there are these $500 things at Shields where they're like night vision.
They're like,
We have
it
those,
works.
throat
They
knives,
work.
and high-powered sniper rifles. Some 2 people would
Airsoft things, like paintball sniper rifles.
No, paintball, like, it'd be like, they're like these bullets, where they're actual bullet casings, but there's like a paintball
That would be
thing,
great.
and it stings and hurts like a motherfucker, like you actually got shot. But, when you shoot, it's like basically a real gun with blanks, but it's paintballs. So one of us would be, I'd be a sniper, Brett would be my spotter, or
Dude,
Sam
I'd
would
be a
spotter.
spotter.
Bennett would be my spotter, then Sam would be sniper, Brett would sniper, and whoever.
I would probably be like a Rambo guy.
Well, dude, the spotter
Dude, yeah,
is like the most
I like
important part.
shotguns. I like shotguns. I like close range weapons.
Well, guys, I believe we mastered the going on a tangent part.
Yeah, but okay, back to Ender's Game. Well, in the battle room, it's a no gravity. They call it null gravity.
No.
Why?
I
Because
never got that part.
it's anti-gravity. It's like there's no gravity.
Yeah.
Null. Yeah. So gravity is not in effect. That's what null gravity means. So they try to win by getting it to their enemy's gate,
There have to
Which
be
is
at
at
least
the bottom?
5 people to get
Yeah.
on each, like, of the corners and one to go through.
Yep.
That's how you open the gate, by the way.
And that's
why.
why you have to have 5 players left, not disabled. They have these flashers, is what they call them, I believe.
Yeah.
Kind of like the laser. If you've ever played laser tag,
They're laser tags, except for the
When you shoot somebody, it
like let's say
disables
that you shot. I need to grab my phaser to demonstrate.
this is really cool.
Okay, so here's my phaser. So let's say I stood up. We're in null gravity. Like we could be facing this way or something, and I could fire at you. I would press a button. It would do like a spinny thingy, and then it would fire.
Yeah,
and
like if it hit my arm, I
and
couldn't
then-
move my arm anymore. I'd be like,
and
hey,
like if
guess
I
what?
pushed him, he would have his arms straight like that the whole way around.
Yes, and
One of Ender's strategies would be to bring his legs up like this and freeze them.
And
So
then
they'd be like
so
a
he's
shield.
like sitting like this. He's like this, firing at
It
people.
would give him cover, like his own
he had a
cover.
couple of there was this bully kid at the beginning, and then The bully
His name
kid.
was Stilson.
No.
his name was something with a B.
He's not. That's not the beginning. That's Bonzo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't
he had a
kill
bunch
him?
of
Did he kill that guy?
Yeah, he killed him.
He killed him?
yeah. Well, he had a follower named Airy, and Airy's like, hey, we could get a rope, put it up, like stick it to a star, hit somehow with like.
What are you talking about, Bean?
No, Airy.
That was
A lie.
that.
Ari.
Lie.
Okay, yeah. Oh man,
That was Bean though.
Then they
Yeah,
like
stuck it to the
that
star.
was Bean who
Oh,
said-
then they like
The stars
How
are
long were
floating
the stars
stuff in
floating?
the stars are floating obstacles in the battle room.
Wait, do they float around or are
No,
they
they're-
like fixed?
They're
fixed.
stationary.
Okay.
So they put the rope on it, and then they like slingshot around really fast, and Ender would use
Like
his
centrifugal
strategy
force.
combined
So-
with his, and it's really cool.
And they also did this thing. This would be really awkward to demonstrate, but they froze people in this position basically, and then they would have people like sit on them, like
Yeah,
use
like-
them as a human shield and fire over their shoulder, like take their gun, so they're standing there like this, be like pew, 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 pew.
Also, with that one time, they were like trying to stack the odds against Ender.
Yeah, so they had two.
They had two
armies
armies,
against him.
against him. Well, this was like a different time, and they had, I think it was.
They had a wall of stars
Yep.
that they couldn't get past.
No, it wasn't that either.
There was a wall.
Yes,
It was that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one time they were about to go on their side, and they had like an army. Like, so here's the door, like door, army, and then army right there. Like
Yeah.
ready to shoot as they came out. Was that the same thing?
Yeah, that was the same thing. There was a wall of stars, and they used Bean's. I think it was called a slackline.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that or something.
Something
But
close.
they used that to slingshot around the wall of stars and scout out what they were. Well, first they threw 2 people out facing backwards,
Yeah.
and they're frozen with 2 guns, and they're firing like this to get the people above the door that were going to get them. And then they sent Bean out around the thing, and he slingshotted around, and then they just pulled him back in, and he had scouted out everything there was, and they get regenerated and they are unfrozen when they get pulled back into the gate, their own gate, and that's the thing that happened.
So it was a really cool strategy, and Ender eventually stopped. He's like, "Hey, I'm not playing by the rules anymore because it stopped being a game."
So what he did
When-
was
yeah.
he just went straight through them and got his 4 guys with their heads on the wall, and they opened up the ceremony. They opened it up, and they won the game without having any fight.
Exactly. Also, one time, I think this was. So, no, this was one time.
We should probably see if we're almost at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, this was through the whole book. And you go check. I'll keep talking. Don't end it until I finish my thought. If we are close to the end. But at one point, like Ender never used he never used formations. Never ever. And then at the final battle,
he used
he
the formation.
used the formation, and they
that's-
weren't expecting him to use formation.
That's
so
what I was.
it's
That's
through-
what I was talking about actually.
Oh, okay.
Then at the very end of the book, they were like supposedly testing him, like it was his
But
final
it was
test.
actually the 3rd invasion that they were committing against
Yeah.
the buggers.
The bug-
And then,
Like the
then he's
board.
like, "Well,
They
I'm not
have
playing
it
against the rules
classified.
anymore. There are these things called the doctors, like
the little doctor,
the little doctor.
the MD device, which was molecular detachment device, an energy field could not
I like
hold
it.
together in it, and when it hit something, it expanded. So, like, let's say you fired it at this, and then it would create a bulb around it that exploded and disintegrated the chairs, and those would make a bulb around it that disintegrated.
So
all
it's
the other
basically
stuff.
a WMD. It's like a billion nukes in one.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, they're not playing fair because they had like a billion
So
ships against his.
I will just surround our little doctor ship, the ship that has a little doctor, with all of our fighters and all of our carriers, and I will just charge towards the bugger homeworld. I will just run straight through.
and
and
shoot
I
him
will-
on the planet.
I will just destroy the planet. And he thought it was a simulation. He would definitely not have done that if he knew it was real. But it wasn't a simulation, and it was real. But he didn't know that, so he just destroyed.
There are
the
these
bugger
scientists watching him, and after he did it, he
The
heard them.
Strategos.
He heard them yell. They were like cheering, and he's like, "Why are they cheering? I beat their test."
And then Colonel Graff comes out and he's like, "Thank God for you, Ender." And it was like, "What? I didn't do anything. I just passed your stupid test. I beat him." And he pointed to Rackham.
The Major
Mazer. Colonel Rackham.
Colonel. He was the one who led the first bugger invasion.
Yeah, he ended the first bugger invasion.
Yeah. With that, the buggers are kind of like the Borg. Like they have a collective mind.
Yeah, they do have a collection.
Yeah, that's.
But
that's,
there are multiple Hive Queens.
Yeah, except that's different, but they're kind of like them, I should say. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like the buggers just use like almost random strategies.
Random flight
It's
patterns,
pretty
but
great.
they still protect the queen ship, which
Yeah.
is very important to them because if the queen dies. Also, I need to lend you guys the second book. I'm gonna go grab
Which
that.
one is
We
it?
need to go on this second book.
Speaker for the Dead. I'm gonna go grab that right now. Keep
Oh, what
talking.
about Ender's
Keep
Island? I
talking.
think the podcast is over.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I am Grandiose.
I'm Knight 3647.
And I'm
And
Super
this
Smart
has
Junior.
been going on a tangent, and we definitely went on a tangent. That tangent was called Ender's Game.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Bye.